Welcome friends, in this one, let's convert this number here, the fourth root of 1 minus I into exponential form. So first of all, remember, this is equivalent to writing 1 minus I raised to the 1/4. Now, let's think about the number 1 minus I. That's a complex number. That means we can make a picture of it to some extent. So let's do that over here in this little coordinate system. And you see, because it says 1 minus I, that means it's basically the following. 1 to the right this way. And then the other piece there will say 1 down, right? This means negative 1I. So 1 down this way. Which means that the complex number, if you were to represent it, would basically look like the following. That's the complex number, the red arrow. That's a way to represent it. So remember, this then would be the I, 1, and then this here would be the negative I. We need to understand that because that tells us an angle that we can use. It tells us specifically that the angle in that position, that's equal to negative pi over 4. So for the exponential form, we also need the modulus. So I'm going to have 1 minus I, and then plug into the Pythagorean theorem the usual way. So it's going to be 1 squared plus, basically, if you like, you could say negative 1 squared. But that's not going to change anything. It's squaring, so it's going to be basically the root of 2 as usual. So that means we're going to get the following then. The root of 2 e raised to the negative pi over 4I. And this whole thing here will be raised to the 1/4 because we're finding the fourth root. Now that 1/4 can be distributed, so in other words, you're going to have this. You're going to have the square root of 2 raised to the 1/4 at first this way. And then e raised. Now negative pi over 4 times a quarter is going to give you a negative pi over 16I. Now we can clean things up a little bit more. It's going to be 2 raised to the 1/2. That whole thing raised to the 1/4 this way, see? And then e raised to that negative pi over 16I. So in other words, we're going to have the 8th root of 2e raised to the negative pi over 16I. And that's the exponential form of the number. These are the steps required to find it. Please leave a like, and remember, on this channel I usually post more advanced math stuff.